Russia has launched a military assault on Ukraine, hitting targets across the country. US President Joe Biden has condemned the attack as unjustified and unprovoked. Here in Germany, Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock has just said if the world does not respond, we will pay an even higher price.
To explain why this is happening, first we have to tell you what NATO is.
The North Atlantic Treaty Organization was created in 1949 to help European countries rebuild and provide security against the Soviet Union after World War I. Putin made an announcement that every former Soviet Union country shall remain neutral and not join NATO. And if his demands are not met, he said he could not promise that Ukraine would not be invaded.
Despite Putin's announcement, 60% of Ukrainians have voiced their support for their country joining NATO. Another possible reason for the dispute is Russia's infamous cold climate, which ends up freezing over most of their ports, rendering them obsolete.
As a result, Russia has developed an interest in Ukraine's warm water ports, which would be vital for their economy during Russia's harsh winters. President Biden has already sent thousands of troops spread throughout Europe and countries like Poland, Germany, and Romania. But why should students at Farmington High School care? And Mr. Upchurch gave us some insight on the situation.
The fact that a country that was so steeped in the Soviet Union is getting an opportunity to do this is just like a testament to some of the major breakthroughs in kind of liberty that they've had since probably about 2008. So I think the Ukrainian people really want it, and so of course I'm very supportive of that. I think so often we see news of conflicts on TV all the time, and so it's so easy to be cold to that. It's somewhere in some place there's a conflict, and we kind of feel distance from it. But whenever there's somebody that's in the middle of that conflict, all of a sudden now it seems real. And so I would just think people at FHS, people all over the world, we should all just be a little bit more sympathetic to the fact that there are people struggling with real problems like this, even though to us it's just like a blurb, on the news. It's a reality. These are people's lives that are being flipped upside down. My parents have actually been in that part of the world for the last 20-something years, and so they have spent so much of their life there. That's their home. I mean, when they think of home, they think of Ukraine. They've been there just for so long, and so they love it. And this recent situation where they've had to be evacuated is absolutely heartbreaking. The most formative part of my life was spent over there. I only spent about 10 of those months in Ukraine, but it was a really great 10 months. But the rest of the time was in Belarus. But absolutely loved the experience. Would not trade that. Very different from living in Farmington for sure. But snow, we just had, is very normal. So this kind of felt like going back to my childhood a little bit. This last little bit.